Number two is to learn about deen. Learn about different facets. Right? This is what you need to do. If you're planning on getting married, you need to learn. And part of that is what we're doing right now. Right? The fact that if you're not married and you're here, is you're interested in learning about it. What are the rights that you have to fulfill? What are rights that you have? All of these things, you're interested in that. That's why you're here. There's many things we have to also learn, like your deen. How to perform salah, how to give zakah, all of these different kind of things. What are your responsibilities? What are the etiquettes? And we will be talking about some of these. And also something really important, every person that engages in something needs to know the relevant rulings of that. For instance, in the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, he enforced that to get a business license in the time of Umar radiallahu anhu, you would have to learn all of the issues of business in Islam. You wouldn't have a business license if you didn't do so. Similarly, if you are getting married and you didn't study Kitabun Nikah, the chapter of marriage, or Kitabut Talaq, what constitutes a divorce, then you shouldn't be getting married. You don't know those relevant masail, right? How are you going to perform salah when you didn't learn how to do wudu? How are you going to get married when you don't even know what constitutes a marriage? Some people, I'll tell you something. Most people probably don't even know this. In high school, or even it happens in elementary school. You guys are all in the public school, or many of you from the public school system, where kids in recess, they do a pretend marriage. That happens all the time. Fortunately, no one wanted to marry me, but that's a good thing for me. And the reason is, if you are baligh, you are of age, you have two Muslim witnesses, and you do a play marriage, in Islam, that's a real marriage. That's a real marriage in Islam, because the conditions of nikah are met. So hypothetically, let's imagine here, two kids in high school, let's say they're baligh, high school, they're Muslims, and they have at least two male Muslim witnesses there. Among others, you can have many other people, but at least minimum two male Muslims. And they do a fake wedding, as people do. I don't know, maybe they stopped doing that kind of stuff, but when we were kids, a long time ago, they used to do that stuff, right? So they get married. And what if, they went their separate ways, boy, girl. They don't know anything about each other anymore after high school. The boy, remember in Islam, a male can get married to 4 women. Right? It's allowed. If he gets married to another Muslimah, that's fine. He's allowed. If that man did not divorce her, and she gets married to another man, they're doing zina for the rest of their life, because she's still married to that guy, unless he issues the divorce. If they don't know that, then she's doing zina for the rest of her life. And that poor man that she married, his children are awladu zina. They're children born out of wedlock, and all of these various things happen. It's very serious. Why does this happen? Because we're ignorant of the rulings of nikah. Also, divorce. What constitutes a divorce? Now, I don't want to scare you, but sometimes you need to be scared. Certain phrases that we say that are joking count as divorce. If a man jokingly tells his wife that she is divorced, she is divorced. It's a divorce in Islam. We don't play. And if he says it 3 times, she can't get married to him anymore. That's it. Jokingly. Right? So he jokingly says, if you cook bad today, then you're going to be given a divorce. Or he says something like that. And he didn't like the food. She actually did cook bad. That's 1 divorce. You got 2 more left. Right? You can take her back. No questions right now. You can ask on Slido. I think we must have a lot of questions. It's on the group, the link. If you guys do have questions, this is a big topic. Maybe in a future February intensive, we'll cover the rulings of nikah and divorce. But you have to learn this stuff. If you're going to get engaged to, you're going to do nikah, then you need to learn the rules. Just like everything else. We spend so many years learning. This is something that supersedes dunya, goes into akhirah. Why not learn about the rules? Other things to learn is about ourselves, our character flaws, how to fix those flaws. If I have arrogance, if I'm a pushover. What do you call those? Infinity mirrors? Feedback loops? Okay. I don't know where I got infinity mirror from. That's the mirror that goes back and forth. character flaws, what my flaws are, and how to fix them. That is also something we have to learn. It's not preferred. It's not mustahab. It's compulsory. Compulsory. Akhlaq in Islam is compulsory to fix. So what are your deficiencies? Learn those and find out what is the cure. There are cures. Imam al-Ghazali has written many books in this regard. We actually do a program here on Monday nights where we talk about one of the books of Imam al-Ghazali. Talks about how to correct the character. So various things that we need to do to learn about ourselves, about what we want, about deen itself. And this is compulsory, especially the fiqh aspect. Definitely have to learn that. The next thing, very important, if you're trying to get married, start protecting your gaze. I mean, if you're a Muslim, start protecting your gaze. But especially if you're trying to get married, you need to protect your gaze. What do I mean by this? Don't look towards haram, the opposite gender. Don't interact with them. That, haram interactions. If you think that marriage is the antidote for my incapability of keeping my eyes away from the opposite gender, from haram, you're fooling yourself. If we have this problem, and I'll be very blatant, the issue of pornography. If we have this problem, I don't want anyone, you don't have to come up and admit or anything like that. But if someone's going through these types of issues, they're watching this stuff, they're even further than that, they're harming their body, they think that if I get married, this is going to cure me. It's not. You're going to have unrealistic expectations. You're going to have times where you're alone. You're going to have this addiction. It's going to come back. You have to fix it. And you fix it by keeping the gaze low. This is what Rasulullah ﷺ was telling us. So we're only going to harm others if we think that nikah is going to be the solution for this. So if you're preparing for nikah and you have these kind of issues, you need to start thinking about how I can protect myself from all these fitnas. These are huge fitnas in today's time. They destroy our soul. When you look at this stuff, it destroys your ruh. Another thing is that what is the key to stopping? Very simply put, for any kind of sin, and you'll find this very effective. One easy way, and it's not, a solution to everything. It can be. If you want to stop something, and you already have built some level of relationship with Allah, then always tell yourself and do a dhikr that Allah is watching me. So when the desire comes inside, maybe there's someone that you find attractive, you want to look at them, then say in your mind, say, Allah's watching right now, but Allah's watching. Can I do it while Allah's watching? If you have that realization, that is taqwa, and it's going to stop you from this kind of stuff. But of course, there's much more detail in this regard, but we need to start making effort in this regard. Next, what we can focus on if we're interested in getting married is good health. Right? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam praised spouses with good health. Regarding women, he says, wadud walud is, find a woman who is wadud and walud. The actual hadith, someone came to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he was saying, what kind of woman should I get married to? And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam kept saying that don't marry this category, don't marry that category. They're asking various questions. He says, marry a woman who is loving and a woman who is very healthy, meaning she can give she can bear a lot of children. So the question is, how would you know if a woman can bear a lot of children? You look at her family. Everyone in her family have a lot of children, then, you can assume that she can. Now, this isn't the only requirement, of course, but we can understand that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam wants us to spread the ummah. And so this is one of the maqasid, one of the purposes of nikah. And for males as well. So it's not only from the woman's side. Males can damage the body such that they cannot have children. Women can also do actions to damage the body such that they cannot have children. Right? So we need to avoid those kind of things, be healthy, sleep properly, exercise properly, eat properly. So if you're trying to get married, you should definitely check for your health and get a checkup done, all of these kind of things. So in South Africa, they would say that someone getting married, they would start drinking these special drinks, milk, dates, what else, like maybe egg whites. They would make different kind of shakes and then start drinking them, and they would believe that it would give them a lot of strength. Perhaps it would. Allahu alam.